The principle is that there are some forbidden notes in harmony there. For the minor chord, the forbidden note is the major third, unless it is a pass-through note, something very fast. It will be noticeable. Play E minor. And now suppose this chord is there, and I go like this. So beautiful. Now for major chords means I can play every note except that one and I am okay. And I have no problem. If I hit this,
that was G sharp, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Play that. John Cage will say it's right, but we said it's not right.
Got it.
Because after a while you have to decide what you like.
Okay.
I like to respect these rules. Now, E major, for a major chord, the forbidden note will be the minor third. So we have this, and now suddenly all of you will go. Which means I can play every note except that, and I'm okay.
Let's do it. Was that? Was that G?
That is G. Yeah. Now you can play everything except this. Just to land on this, especially bad if you land on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, there is also concept. This concept here is one level, and then there is other level in which great masters use everything. That is another thing which should be said. Not only John Cage, but if we are scrapping, then that is different.
Yeah, that's
for us human beings of this planet, better you regard this.
Okay. So then
next one, dominant chord. For dominant chord, the traditional tenor you can see, or if you study the break book of Schoenberg, hopefully not, because very engaging, but if you study that, then you will see what harmony, the standard tenors of traditional harmony are, and therefore for the dominant chord means it's a major chord. Minor chord is a chord with minor third. A major chord is a chord with a major third. Basically, chord is three notes played simultaneously, the four, but we have to remember what is tonality. This is the first thing which we should say. Tonality is the set of relationships, hierarchies, and functions that all the sounds of our tonal system have regarding one note, which is a pre-chosen note appointed as tonic. This is Bach. I mean, that definition, everything is there. Relationships, hierarchies, and functions. So if we said this is E, the tonality is E. Now, on dominant chord, what it is a major chord, which has also a flat seventh. So therefore, this is E7, and according to these rules, the forbidden note is the major seventh. So D sharp, and you play that, and I will play D sharp. Needs little explanation. Anyone who is not a musician, except John Cage, which is not a musician, will notice it. For my point of view, right? Anyone can think whatever they want, but I also am entitled to say my opinion. And for me, John Cage is not music. That's it. Now, this is play the chord. And look. What's happening here? Yeah. Even if you said, "Oh, wow, it's great," I don't care. Okay. But I'm also Paco, of course, you were not really he will agree with this.
And
He doesn't do
no?
ugly stuff, mainly, or for most of the time. The next chord we have is the characteristic chord of flamenco. In pop music, the main chord is the first degree. Tonality means also to regard that. In other words, for layman, what is tonality? What do I explain? Hierarchies, the setting of relationships, hierarchies, laws that roots is relationship hierarchies, functions that all sounds keep around one of them. A precursor note appointed as tonic, and Sebastian Bach, the father of music, is called because he said that it defines what is tonality. So therefore, if we said tonic means that the tonic is the first degree, the second degree is the supertonic, the third degree is median, the fourth degree is subdominant, the fifth degree is dominant, the sixth degree is median also, and the flat seventh is the subtonic, and major seventh is the sensible or leading tone. This is the form, its nature. Now, therefore, if in pop music or in Western music, most of the time we can appreciate that the main chord is the first one, like this is the tonic, the first degree. It has first, fifth, first, fourth, dominant first, fifth of the C of the fifth, dominant fifth. So, but the tonic is this clearly. Now in flamenco it happens a weird thing, which is that our most important chord is not the first, but the fifth. Therefore in some pieces, for instance, if I play Anderson Quedes A minor, meaning A minor, A, F, Anderson Quedes on A minor, first degree, flat 7, flat 6, fifth 7, flat 9. I could play a piece just with these two chords. Music from here, from Malaga. And I don't play in the whole piece, I do not play the tonic. So people say, what is the tonic? Yeah, it is called generador omitido, or that is absent there, maybe in the chord progression, but still have to be regarded as tonic, because we are following tonal music rules. So then therefore, if I go to your room in the hotel and you are not there, and I said, where is he? This is his room. I don't see him here. He's in the market, or doesn't matter, but still is his room. Even if you are not there present. So the ownership thing is another thing too. If it is presence in the chord progression or not, that doesn't matter. In flamenco, therefore, the most important chord is the 5th 7 flat 9, which in A minor is E 7 flat 9. One more point here. This chord, if we spell it, is tonic 5th flat 9, major 3rd, 5th, and tonic. It does not have the 7th. So some people may argue, what is the 7th? Why you say 5th, 7th, flat 9 if it doesn't have the 7th? The answer is, even if it doesn't have the 7th, still this chord is considered a 7th dominant chord with flat 9. That's what Paco also said. So therefore, don't worry. Don't try to argue against or anything, just it's like this and that's it. So this chord is the most important in flamenco, and pieces of flamenco, many of them at least will finish here. We'll finish that, and then people. So this is the final point of as a point of the gravity brings it down to a point of a static thing, which happened in other pieces with the first degree, either major or minor in this case, and in blues too. In blues also, generally, this in traditional blues or in rock, pieces ended up in the first degree. The progression is first 7, 4, 7, and 5th 7, 3 chords. But also, first one dominates in the Spanish music. 5th 7 dominates not the tonic. This chord is our most important chord. That's it, roughly. And for that chord, there is if the other rules are possible to to disregard. This here you cannot disregard. That's what Paco said. And there is one forbidden note, ultra forbidden, let's call it, for the 5th 7 flat 9, which is the major second. Play the chord. The 9th is the same like the second, yes.
So if you went up an octave,
it sounds an octave wrong.
Muy bien. Pablo.
Paco, ¿qué es para usted la música popular y qué es la música elitista?
Yo creo que la música elitista es el refinamiento de la música popular. Por ejemplo, el flamenco. El flamenco originalmente es una música popular, una música del pueblo de Andalucía. Pero creo que ya no le pertenece más al pueblo, porque de pronto habemos gente que nos hemos pasado toda una vida encerrados puliendo esa expresión popular. Entonces ha llegado a un nivel en el que el pueblo ya no tiene acceso, sobre todo a los matices que vamos consiguiendo la gente como yo, que nos pasamos muchas horas elaborando esa música. Me ayudó porque descubrí ahí la improvisación. La improvisación es algo que yo pienso que cada músico del estilo que sea, del clásico, del flamenco, de cualquier otra música, debería aprender, porque la improvisación te da mucha libertad y a la vez te da mucho conocimiento de dónde estás tocando, de cómo estás tocando, de qué armonías están en cada momento, ¿no?